But I want to encourage you that every minute you're wasting scrolling on a platform could be a minute that you could be figuring out your next video idea, creating your next title, getting the settings right on your camera. Every single time you're picking up your phone to spend time on social media, quote unquote, researching, is time that you're not actually spending doing what is the income producing activity. Tell me if you can relate to this. You are overwhelmed, you're overworked, and you're just plain tired. Well, if that's you and you're a content creator or entrepreneur, today's episode is going to be right up your alley, as I'm going to be sharing with you 15 of my productivity hacks to help you get more done in less time and be able to be creating the content that you want to create. My name is Heather Torres, and I am your host of the Think Media podcast. Welcome to our show here on the Think Media podcast channel. If you're watching live on YouTube right now, I want to welcome you for being a part of what we're doing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you're brand new to the podcast, we post a new episode every single Tuesday. So if you are listening, make sure you subscribe wherever you like to consume this content. On this show, we bring a new web class to you every single week. So you can watch our free on-demand class right now by going to tubemasterclass.com. I'm sharing with you how to get to your first 1,000 subscribers and earn your first $1,000 and beyond, and how to make your YouTube plan for this year. So make sure you head over to tubemasterclass.com if you want to see that free on-demand class. I want to be sharing with you 15 of my time-saving productivity hacks as a content creator. These are just different things that over the last decade I have just put into practice, and I wanted to share them with you today. Number one, I want you to set a timer and stick to it. Work consistently until that alarm goes off, and then be ready to stop until the next time. This is a great hack if you are trying to get as much done as you can in a short amount of time, or really any amount of time. And this to me is the antidote to multitasking. Multitasking is actually horrible. So I want you to be setting a timer and doing the activity that you've calendar blocked in that time, and make it a game, make it fun. See if you can get that edit done in 60 minutes. See if you can get your filming done in 90 minutes. Whatever that looks like, set a timer and stick to it. Number two, keep a running list of video ideas. As a content creator, it's really wise that as you're out in the world, as people are asking you questions, that you just have a running list of those video ideas. I like to use bullets when I'm also thinking of those video ideas of, at the time, if I've got the idea, what are 3 things or 5 things I could talk about in that video? So just keep a running list of those ideas. So when you sit down to write your script, you actually have something in front of you and you're not just staring at a blank piece of paper. Number 3, I want you to remember that it's one video, one idea. I want you to just answer specific questions, do product reviews, do influence surfing, but remembering that every single video is just one idea. So a time-saving hack to this is that rather than trying to shove everything into one video, think about one video idea. Number 4, take the time to write your script and rehearse it before you press record. Almost every single one of my videos that I do now, I actually rehearse it almost all the way through in front of a mirror or in front of the camera so that I know what I'm going to be saying if I need to be delivering precise content. I think it's really important that you write a script, and we have different script templates for you here at Think Media. I'll make sure to list our video down below in the description as well as in the show notes for you. But be writing out your script. Don't just hit record and try and figure it out. I'm even reading off of a script right now during this podcast to be able to know exactly what I want to say. And I've actually read all of these prior to this podcast, so I rehearsed it beforehand. Number 5, keep your workspace simple and tidy. Nothing is worse than going to film a video and realizing that there's a laundry pile, your desk is messy, there's dishes in your sink, whatever that looks like. Keep your space nice and tidy. I think it's really great when you go to make content to just freshen it up. Just keep it nice and tidy. It helps to clear your mind and clear the workspace. Number 6, Choose a simple video wardrobe that you can cycle through easily. This is a time-saving tip, especially for all of my content creators who need to look good, right? That to me is something where I just want to make sure that I am being a good representation of the style that I want on camera, but I actually have a wardrobe in my closet that has about 10 different shirts, a couple jackets. Now I've got some sweatshirts thrown into there, but I just rotate through those all the time. So just keep a simple wardrobe so you're not wasting time trying to think about what you're going to wear on camera. Number 7, if you're using music in your videos, pick a series of songs that feel on brand for you and just use those songs. It's okay if you're repeating music over and over in your video. It can help to brand your video, and there could just be a simplicity to what you're doing, and it can help save time. I know that as a content creator, as you're searching for the right song, that's an air quote, the right song, the right sound for it, you could be spending so much time wasted doing that. So maybe just schedule some time to go into, say, Epidemic Music and go through the different songs that you like. You can favorite them, you can create a list, and then you can just go back and use that same music. Number 8, be willing to upgrade your equipment. You can actually save more time and money when you're using the right gear. I think one of the easiest things that I've been able to do is have my entire desk ready to go to film videos at any time. I literally just sit down, click it on, turn on my lights, and it's ready to go. And I had to invest in that equipment. You know, I wanted to make this a part of what I'm doing as my career. And so I was willing to invest to have it set up so that it's there all the time. So be willing to upgrade your equipment is a productivity and time-saving hack. Number 9, batch your videos by making 2 at a time. This saves you time because if you're gonna set everything up, if you're gonna put your makeup on, if you're gonna get ready for it, you might as well film 2 videos rather than 1. And actually, I'm practicing what I preach right now. I'm sitting down making this podcast, but literally 5 minutes ago, I filmed the podcast that you listened to last week. I just changed my shirt, put a hat on for this one, and I'm filming 2 videos instead of 1 video. The lights are going on, the camera's going on. I'm gonna save time by filming these 2 because I'm already in a filming state. So always film more than 1 video if you can. Number 10, be sure to upload all your raw video footage to a second hard drive or a space in your computer that is organized. As you start creating more and more content, this can bog you down if you need to go back and look for B-roll, if you are just uploading random content and not naming your files, if you aren't backing up your actual footage, you can run into having to refilm things because the hard drive crashed or something happened to the computer. You want to make sure that you are clean and organized when you go into it. This is a huge time-saving tip for content creators. Let me know if you've had files in your computer that say like SB1695 and it's like in a folder and then everything's just kind of labeled and it doesn't have any organization to it. Label it with the actual file name of the video that you're doing. And then as you're putting the photos or the videos inside of there, label those as well so that you can go back and you know what you're doing. Number 11, set aside 1 day to shoot thumbnail photos that you can use for future videos. It was interesting, Sean and I were just talking that the last time we did a photo shoot for our thumbnails was about 9 months ago. We've used the same exact thumbnail images for the last 9 months because we set aside 1 day to take a bunch of photos so that we're not having to take photos every single time we're making a video. Number 12, hire an editor to edit your videos or a graphic designer to create your thumbnails. This is a huge productivity tip that if you are someone who's already in business, already making a profit, I want to encourage you to bring someone on your team. You can get an editor from VidChops, from Fiverr, from Upworks, from inside of our Think Media community with other people who are content creators and actual editors. I want to recommend that if you're not geeking out about the editing process, if it's not your thing that you love to do, then hire that out because you can actually create more content in that time that you would have been learning editing your videos, doing all of those extra things. You can't hire out you, but you can hire out everything else around you. That'll save you a lot of time. Number 13, set deadlines for uploading your videos and hold yourself to it. This is something I had to grow in when I was growing my homeschooling channel. I would set a deadline and I push the deadline. I'd set a deadline and I push a deadline. And once I actually just committed to, no, I'm making this video and it's going out on Thursday, come hell or high water, it's gonna happen. That's when I was able to reverse engineer actually making that happen. So I want you to commit to yourself to when are you going to upload the video? When does it go live? Because if you don't set that time, it's going to sit on your computer. It's going to be something you dabble with on the weekend. It's not going to be something that you're actually putting time and energy into. And when you set that goal, you can actually save yourself more time because you're not just dabbling, you're dominating on YouTube. Number 14, don't reinvent the wheel. This is a time-saving hack for you right here. There are great websites out there like unsplash.com that can create professional-looking photos, or things like project management software like Trello and ClickUp that can help you track. So here's why I put this on the list, because I see content creators wasting so much time trying to make everything look pretty or trying to organize everything, and they're just spinning their wheels over and over again. And if there's already great templates out there, like you can right now look up Trello templates for content creators, and you can get an actual template that you don't have to build. You can go to unsplash.com and look up, if maybe you have a gardening channel, tomatoes, and there's beautiful photos of tomatoes. There are so many ways that you could be saving time by utilizing what's already been created. I think another place that I love to go is actually Etsy. I went to Etsy and I wanted to figure out a script that looked pretty. And I went to Etsy and I found a script. It looked pretty. And so there's so many different places where people have already spent the time to create the thing, to take the picture, to get the B-roll that you could just be utilizing and saving your time. And then last, number 15, take a fast from social media and other things like YouTube. You want to save more time? I want you to pull out your phone and look at how much time you are spending on social media. I know, sounds like your mom telling you what you can't do, but I want to encourage you that every minute you're wasting scrolling on a platform could be a minute that you could be figuring out your next video idea, creating your next title, getting the settings right on your camera, figuring out the live stream you want to do, setting up your new course, getting your podcast launch. Every single time you're picking up your phone to spend time on social media, quote unquote, researching, is time that you're not actually spending doing what is the income producing activity. Whew. Well, we just went through 15 of my time-saving productivity hacks. Let me know which one you liked down in the comment section below on YouTube. I'd love to know if you have extras to add to it. There's one thing I love about the Think Media community. It's how you contribute to the conversation. So down in the comments below, if you have a time-saving hack, productivity hack, as a content creator that you've utilized, let me know. I'd love to see that. And if you are someone who likes to listen on Apple Podcasts, I want to thank you for being a part of what we're doing here at Think Media. Every single week, I love to read different reviews. And this one was wild. I loved this one. This is from D. Witters. He said, bruh, what if, exclamation mark, question mark, exclamation mark, question mark. What if you killed all your excuses? Let's go. And he used all the emojis. I love emojis. So if you leave a review with an emoji, you light up my world. Thank you. But thank you so much for being a part of what we're doing here at Think Media. Thank you for the 5 stars that you left on that review. It means the world to me that you are a part of our community here, that you are listening, and that you are killing the excuses and going all in on YouTube. We have so much great content coming for you in this next season. We've got podcast appearances from Gary Vee, Patrick Bet-David, Shalene Johnson, Omar Al-Takori, so many amazing entrepreneurs who are winning with content right now. I cannot wait for you to hear that upcoming content. Thank you for being a part of what we're doing, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.